All right, Barry. I imagine you've probably already been having some fun with this, but we've been talking about like here's D. Let's start with here's C and the chord C7, which adds B flat right there. It's a four-finger chord. That's a movable chord. So in terms of like this plus X, there's our first, and that's a good like a blue. Definitely something you want to throw in your bluegrass. But that's a movable chord, of course. And in E, you get various keys where you can use the high E string. Either way, it's like, here's D, huh? And this is like back behind it in every key. So there we go. Root. Ninth chord. Instead of boom, like that. Or it can be done clutch, either way. Just, if you're playing thumb over top, don't be all the way up here. This chord will be difficult. But yeah, ninth chord, how about that? And if we look at that, it's got a major third. It says a major, and then it continues to say that. And we definitely do want the first string in there. And that, sure enough, is a 1. 9. Cool. So then minor 9, of course, one thing we can do is flat the third here, take F sharp and make it F. And then this E, so then that sounds like for minor 9. And you can put it in here as well. So one's got that dissonant. That'll be a familiar sound, so we'll be. And those are both chords called D minor 9. And then the Hendrix chord, like in Purple Haze and all these, has both. It's the pinky note and the regular third, so you get. So ninth chords like that, and those are working off of A string root notes. Working off the 6th string root, it's a little more complicated. Maybe we'll look at that next time. But if you're curious about how to phrase the ninth chord, if I started on G here, I'd be going 3, middle finger skip, 3, 2, 3, like as in, and then you can get the high E string if you want. If you want to see a good example of this chord in use, watch the verse part to Tightrope by Stevie Ray Vaughan. But, for the most part, it's one of those things where you're going to hear it phrased on the 5th string down most often for those classic, sounds like that. Cool. And you can pretty much always sub it for a 7th chord, unless you're in a bluegrass or something like that. The song's like. Alternating. So yeah, there you go. There's a 9th chord and a C7 chord. I believe that's the duration of what we talked about constructively. Though I know when it comes to chord voicings that you did not know. Oh no, sure, major 7. Turns out A7, A major 7 with A flat in it, which has that same clinker. So yeah, it turns out that it's like I'm playing C. I'm playing C7. Sounds crunchy. Not to be confused with this C7, which is the same note. And then if I put the one in between, then we get your same. And that's like your Eyes of the World chord. So yeah, there we go. Those seem to be the fill in the blanks chords. Just while we're on the subject of 13 chords, of 7th chords, another one that sounds somewhat useful anyway is a 13 chord. So if I started on G here and I go skip, G, like 3, skip, 3, 4, 2, 2. Now I'm like dead serious. Bar 2 notes with your pinky. But in this context, it's easier than this context. So yeah, that's like this 7th chord cluster. With cool. I think that is pretty much what we got into for new chord voicings. And just like our ninth chords, we tend to phrase this off of the fifth string, though there's a way to do it off of the low strings, which would be going like if I started on G here, going G, skip 1, 4, 4, 3, and with like a weird, we put our middle finger there. 3, skip, 4, 4, 3, X. But for the most part, G would be a key where you might actually do that because this is a huge pain to get to. So yeah, when you're moving these keys laterally, be sure you don't drag your thumb back here, just kind of playing defense on what people do generically when learning these transitions. And right, the D. You're this way D. That's totally fine for rhythm guitar. Sorry about that. We're gonna play this I think it's a 10,000 Maniacs song where if I had a pick in my hand, I would use it, but the point is over here. So it's gonna go slower. That was so. Obviously, I'm just strumming down, up, alternate there. So, yeah, get good at that. And it might beg the question, like, what if I did it for A or something like that? Anyway, there you are. You have been leveled up. Looking forward to next time. Really looking forward to working on all these projects with you. I'm sure we'll find no shortage of funsies. See you soon.